Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-52439. You know. 205-964-52439. You know.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's live real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate where your cash or credit does not matter. Being broke doesn't matter. Low risk, high reward opportunity. Today's video is basically a continuation from Saturday's video, which I appreciate everyone that participated live.
Are you gonna do the text?
And yeah, I got it. In replay mode, because it's gotten a lot of interest, more so than normal on my live streams. But today's topic is, can you wholesale houses with $100? So we'll get into that in a little bit. Are we gonna do some comping today?
That's up to you.
I guess we'll try to do a little COMPing. So if you didn't, you want to join the live stream, make sure you text the number with the word Gator to the number 205-964-5243. And yeah, if you want to stick around on that, can you wholesale houses or start wholesaling houses with $100? You know, just stick around for that. So yeah, text the word Gator. The one-page contract, the contract that I've been using since 2003, been given away since 2008. You can get your own unlimited access to it, and also how to fill it out for sellers and buyers. Text the the word contract to the number. That's for scripting. Some people want us to comp properties for them or whatever. We will do it. It's manpower. So if you want that done, FUP, text FUP to the number for those instructions if you need that particular option. What we got? My videos on YouTube all over the place in a sense. There's never was any intent to put them in order, just as I thought about different topics or whatever. So you text the letters VIP, and this will put a number of the videos in order to give you a better understanding of the process, and that's for free. So text VIP to the number to get access to that. All right, so we'll let you do the congrats and whatever going down over there. So.
Well, I don't have anything right now. Everyone on YouTube is saying hello, good afternoon, how's it going? This one says, good afternoon, Footman. After getting a seller into a contract, what would I do next?
They said what now?
After getting a seller into a contract, what would I do next?
Okay, so what will you do next once you get a seller under contract? Next is time to try to find a buyer for it. So you're going to start to promote your deal to find a potential cash buyer for your property. There are a number of ways to go about it. Here's one way. If you text the word buyers to this number, this video will explain how to leverage real estate agents to find buyers pretty much anywhere it's going down. Text the word buyers, but it's time to find buyers after you get a property under contract.
All right, this is on Instagram. What would you write in an addendum for a land trust?
For a land trust?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's your end game. You got to give me what's your end game for an addendum. Addendum for what purpose?
All right. I don't have any new ones right now.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, I just sent out the text too, so people may be a little delayed. One of the reasons people don't ever succeed in this business because they never figure out what a great deal is. This video will help a lot in understanding how to go about that process. If you'll text the letters GD to the number, That's GD for great deal to the number, and that'll help you tremendously. We could talk about a couple of ways of generating leads. First, you want to start with building your list. So if you want some insight on what type of list that you can build, text the word list to this number, LIST to the number, and then a couple of the methods to generate leads after you've built your list. You can use the same list for text message and cold calling. So if you want to learn how to set up text message in the proper way, text the word text to this number, TEXT, 205-964-5243. If you want to do cold calling, but you want to put it on steroids, then you can use your smartphone, and that still works. But if you want to be more efficient, reach more people, get closer, get deals faster, text the word dialer to the number, dialer to the number also. What you got, Jessica? You got something now.
All right, this one says, what's a good way to find hedge fund buyers?
A good way to find hedge fund buyers. Well, if you go to, just using PropStream as an example, if you go into the filters and look for owners that have more than 1,000 properties, and you search a particular county, especially the bigger markets, you're going to pull up hedge fund buyers. Or normally they're the ones that are going to own that number of properties because it's linking the mailing address to the same place in the properties that they're buying all over the country.
All right. This one says, I can't text anything to your number for some reason. Tell them about the carriers.
T-Mobile has been known to have a little issues. What service do you have? Would probably factor in.
All right. This one says, for commercial properties, how long does that you and Rafik to respond? How long does it take you and Rafik to respond?
As far as who is this now?
Krishna Torrance.
And you say how long does it take to do what?
Does it take you to respond? Maybe they're sending something in.
Normally within a day or two, unless it was sent over the weekend.
Okay. Let's see. This one's from Eric Carney on Facebook. He said, what's up, Flipanthropist and the ladies of Flipness? Hi. This one says, hey, Ty, is there a formula to wholesale homes to buy and hold investors?
That's going to vary from person to person. Some people use what they call the 1% rule. They'll purchase. The rental rate should be the rental rate is 1% of the purchase. So if you purchase something for $100,000, should rent out for $1,000. If that's my general understanding. Some people do it that simple way. I would actually like to get more if it were me on a property of $100K. But then it depends on how you're acquiring. Yeah, like houses in Center Point, they'll rent for $1,200-$1,300, and they'll be an $80,000 and $90,000 house. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh yeah. Yes. See. But no, I'm not finished. Okay. But as far as a formula, that's not really my lane, but it'll be some other videos out there from other individuals that'll dive deeper on that.
All right, this one says, have you ever done any wholesaling in Mississippi? And if so, was it through an agent or was it for sale by owner?
In Mississippi, I'm going to say no. I thought I had an opportunity on some land here. Somebody bidded us out, but recently. But to answer the question, not that I can just think of off the top of my head.
All right. This one says, what is the best and cheapest way to skip trace?
The best and cheapest way, if you text the word, damn, I don't really have one set up for that. I hate to put that out there, but just text me about skip trace and I'll send you the link.
Okay. And you can text them at 205-964-5243. All right, this one says, hey, Footman, I'm wholesaling this house. The seller won't sign the purchase agreement unless earnest money deposit is $1K. I don't have it. How do I go about this?
Well, hopefully this is what I would love to hear the numbers on that. What makes it a great deal? Um, that's what I love. I would love to hear the numbers on it.
All right.
But to answer the question, assuming it's a great deal, I didn't answer this question. Assuming it's a great deal and they want 1K, that's going to happen. Sometimes that's going. It doesn't normally happen that way, but sometimes it does happen. Well, it is a motivated seller. It's a great deal, but they want $1,000 earnest money deposit. All right, so what else?
Instagram is saying they can't hear you. It's just one person.
Oh, just one person. Okay, I'll change the mic. So, what color that is? Pink. And so either you're going to partner with someone that has the $1,000, or you have to let it go.
Yeah.
All right. This is on Instagram. In the market we're in today, what's the percentage of a newbie getting a deal?
Just as good as it was whenever, that's part of what I'll give you at the end here when we go into the topic of answering that. That stick around. I got so your what to say the chances that was there?
What's the percentage?
I don't know what the percentage is. There's no way I would know that, but it can be high. Just gonna depend on what you put into it. I'm no smarter than you are, and a lot of people that do this now, they're just doing it or whatever. Educate themselves first. What you're trying to do. You've started. So it's real. Everybody was a newbie at some point.
All right. This is on TikTok. How can I get started flipping houses?
You're right here, TikTok. You started. Start by educating yourself. If you stick around to the end, I'm gonna give you a solution that you can get in for $100, as little as $100 immediately today, if you wanted to. You can get in the game. I would advise you to start educating yourself a little more, but it's no barrier to entry, especially when you got individuals out there like myself to be glad to partner up with you if you bring some meat to the table. I got my broccoli and whatever I want that. Shouldn't have rice, but I throw something.
All right, this is a continuation from the other question when they were asking about the earnest money. I just didn't see it, so I didn't read it. But they were saying I can see if one of my buyers are willing to put down, but doesn't the contract have to be signed first? The original question was the seller won't sign their purchase agreement unless earnest money deposit is 1K. What should they do? I can see if my buyers are willing to put down, but doesn't the contract have to be signed first?
Well, yeah, it has to be signed first. You would have to have a buyer ready to go if you were thinking the buyer is going to put up the EMD. So you'll have to have that relationship already included.
All right. This one says, are for sale by owners better to deal with?
In my opinion, yes, because you're dealing with the decision maker. That's not the only option, but it's one of those things, as I often tell people. If you say, well, she's prettier than her, and then people think you're talking bad about the other person. No, I said she's prettier than her. Both of them are pretty. I said she's prettier than her. For sale by owner may be easier because you're dealing directly with the decision maker. There's no other person that can influence the decision. So that's why I'm gonna say it's better dealing with the actual person, so the actual owner.
All right. This one says, do you think this is a deal that I'm dealing with? I have a seller who wants 280K. The comps are lower than what the seller is asking for, but a few of the houses around are 300.
Say that again.
Okay, they have a seller. Do you think this is a deal? They have a seller that wants 280K, but the comps around the area are lower than that. It says what the seller is asking for, but a few houses around there are 300K.
And how much is the seller asking?
280.
That's not a deal,
Yeah, she said seller wants 280. Most of the houses around are lower than her asking price. A couple are up to 300.
Yeah, that's not a deal. I don't know the condition of it, but it won't even matter. 280 is not a deal. That's only 20,000 off No one is going to. Well, if they spent 280, a buyer spent as an investor. For someone that's going to live in the house, oh, it's a great deal. But we're not in that game of dealing with people that need to go to the bank and get a loan. We're dealing with cash buyers in most cases, or the form of quick money, which is normally not through traditional methods. So 280 is not a deal. This video will help you understand why it's not a deal. Text GD to this number. I'll give you some visuals and some calculations.
All right. This one says, can you wholesale MLS properties?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna get into here in just a minute.
Nice, coming up. Someone said, hi from Baltimore. That was on Facebook. This one is on Facebook. Can you wholesale houses for $100?
That's what we're gonna get into.
Okay. This one says, hello guys. Question for Bird Dog. Should I get them to sign a contract because I have an LLC and also paper trail reasons?
Well, I guess you could, but technically, it's a gray area without a license to do it that way. So that's why a lot of that stuff is done verbally instead of paperwork per se. But bird dogs, if somebody don't think I'm going to pay them, hey, I'm not your guy. So there's other options out there. So that's the way I handle it.
All right. This one says, if we want to become real estate licensed agents, can we still do wholesaling without a license?
Wait a minute. That's a double-ended question.
Right.
If we want to say it again?
If we want to become real estate licensed agents, can we still do wholesaling without a license?
Well, I know what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Can you wholesale with a license? Can you wholesale without a license?
Right.
Yes, on both of them.
Okay.
All right. I got you.
I
got you covered.
This one says, hey, Flipman, I have multiple commercial leads. Can I send them all to you at the same time?
Well, you can now. Just think that now, commercial guys, it could be wonderful. Trust me. But now when you're seeing a commercial property that's maybe an old gas station or something, if there's not, and I hate to just put that out there because that may eliminate a deal at some point, but in a lot of cases, this fits the goal. You see a commercial, maybe an old gas station, maybe even be an old churches or something, church's chicken or something, but there's nothing else around it. There's a reason. When I say nothing else around, is there a Walgreens across the street? Is there a Starbucks across the street? Is there a Advanced Auto Parts? Or is there a liquor store and a lot of other vacant stuff? Mm-hmm. Don't send me that. Those are normally time wasters. I might be missing some stuff, but don't send that. It's plenty of vacant. It's plenty of vacant commercial real estate.
Okay. This one says, let's see. I filed my LLC registered.
Not down the street, across the street. There's a difference, right? Like if I walk out that door, I'm walking straight into Walgreens, or Taco Bell is here, or Starbucks is here next door. Not 3 blocks down, because you can go from a $200,000 neighborhood to $2 million in a couple of blocks. So when I say directly across and next door, that's what it means, exactly that.
All right. This one says, I filed my LLC, registered my name, started marketing, and still watching videos. Looking forward to getting my first great deal. Thanks for what you do. God bless.
Boom. That's what's up. It's all you. Just a tool. It's all you.
All right. This is on Instagram. I found a house for sale by owner. What should I do next?
Found a house for sale by owner. What should they do next? Okay, so call them and find out, hey, is this property still available? And so, okay, what's your asking price? All right, from there, you'll fact find about the property if you don't already know the number of bedrooms and baths, maybe the age of the roof, how is it heated and cooled, how are those those systems? Has there been any recent updates or deferred maintenance or repairs that may be need immediate attention? And then ask them, why are they selling? Right, you're building a little rapport, getting information about the property, and then you ask them the magic question: paying all cash and closing quickly. What's the least amount you'll accept for it as is? Wait on the response, regardless of what they say. Is that the best you can do?
All right. This one says, how many templates do you use for texting?
Well, it's not really I guess they are templates because they're quick responses, because you're going to get a lot of the same responses and questions from individuals. So you can have a significant list of quick replies, but you'll build that if you put a couple of hours, well, probably a week into it, doing it a couple of hours a day or longer, or sending out a couple of hundred texts a day. You'll quickly build quick replies because you're saying a lot of the same things because you're getting a lot of the same questions. So you'll build that up quickly. But the initial templates that you send out, for if you're using the service that I recommend, you're required to do like 10 initial messages that you send out that shouldn't really even say anything about a house or buying their property or who you are. In a sense, you're just trying to get them to respond. You might say, how now, brown cow. No, I'm just tripping. But you might just say their first name and just wait on a response, or their full name with a question mark or something. Or just send them an address, which it'll automatically do that for you if you put the tag in there. Send them an address that they own, and you might just say still yours. But you might do several different versions of that. Still got it.
Okay. This
would love to live here. You know, the address would love to live here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting y'all some,
a little game.
I don't know everything.
This one came from Mr. Carter on YouTube. He said, how do you wholesale a bank-owned property, or should we leave that alone?
You got to have the right type of buyer, because technically you don't have to buy it, because the lender, the bank, which is the owner now, they're going to control the entire buying process. They're going to choose probably they may not choose who you close with, but they're going to monitor, cross all the I's and dot all the T's. I mean, dot all the I's and cross all the T's or whatever. So there's not going to be any assignments or none of that stuff going on for most lenders. Why they're not even going to allow you to do a double close in the sense of using the buyer's money transaction, again, in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I can do it. Well, okay, well, then you start your own channel and start teaching folks how to do it. I'm just telling you what Tyrone knows.
All right, this came from Instagram. Hey, I have the LLC, but the name is not real estate related. Can I still use it, or should I start a new one with a more real estate related name?
You could do a DBA. I think you could, but I would recommend just establishing a new LLC.
All right. This one says, hey, Flipman, liking the preview. Thanks for introducing this to us. Yes, I'm in.
Boom. Thank you for signing up for it.
It says, also, is there a benefit in me, a beginner, getting an agent's license? Like, would it benefit them to go get their real estate license?
Well, don't let that, just understand that getting a real estate license, you're not getting investment training. I think a lot of people confuse that. You're getting zero investment training. You're getting a real estate agent's training, and that's to basically put buyers and sellers together, and you get a collective fee. That could mean nothing, to have nothing to do with real estate investing. So you don't need that to start doing this. If you just want to add it on as an additional possible tool that you can leverage at some point, but you don't need it to do this, if that's the question.
All right. Let's see. This one says, I checked on the house next door looking for $200K. It's in need of a lot of work. The ARV is
This is the one for sale by
245.
owner that you're talking about? Or this is another
This is a
one?
different one.
Okay.
It says I checked on the house next door looking for 200K. It's in need of a lot of work. The ARV is 245, and up houses around are 300. Is this a good deal?
He said they want 200, and we would need a more exact number on an ARV though, for the area. It's hard to say. We would also have to know like the square footage of the property, to somewhat get an idea of repairs, because that's going to factor in greatly. She got them socks on now. You got hot, didn't
Let's see. This is on Facebook. They said, "Have you done tax deed sales? Is it a good way to get started in real estate in Michigan?"
Just depending on what your end game is. You have to learn whatever your state's tax deed laws are, or tax certificates, or however it's titled. Just depending on what your end game is. Now, for as a wholesaler, that may be a good lead source because there may be a level of motivation there. There may be a level of motivation there to sell because they're not paying the taxes, and it could be a potential good list to target. But as far as acquiring properties that way, getting some form of possession or control, again, it depends on what your end game is, and just understanding that entire process. And that's the main thing. So you want to check with your county, state. It may be online where it breaks it down to you, or you can be fortunate enough and go down there to people that you're paying their salaries through your tax money. Go down to that one. I'm explaining to you the process, and then you can find out where your entry and exit point could be on those potential properties.
All right. This came from JBaby007 on YouTube. They said, "How do you go about assigning an on-market contract provided by an agent? And do you request your end buyer to provide the on-market earnest money deposit?"
It'd be difficult to do it that way with an agent or whatever. But that's what we're going to get into when we get into the topic. That's part of what I'm going to be explaining.
Okay, let's
we ain't but
see.
27 minutes in, guys. Been going out.
See, would your broker need to get part of your wholesale profits if you're an agent?
Yeah. Well, no. Let me back up. No. Would they get part of, if you were buying a rental property, would they get part of that? I'm asking. No, the answer is no. I know the answer. It's the same thing. This is your personal investment. Now, if you buy a property, huh? Well, I don't know what the rules are. If they say everything that you do real estate wise, you have to let me know. Okay, that if you sign up for that, boom, or whatever. But if it's only on properties that are related to the business, then it just depends on what their agreement is. I guess So, you can't buy your own personal house. You got to let them know everything you do. I don't know about that now. I think that's just gonna vary from brokerage to brokerage.
All right. This is on Instagram. Can you wholesale without PropStream?
Yes. Wholesaling existed before the internet. PropStream is a product of the internet. Any tool that you see that we promote is normally internet based in some form or fashion. We're here because of the internet. Wholesaling existed before that, so that means it can be done. We can still ride horses to places we want to go. A car is faster, maybe cooler, warmer when it's cold, cooler when it's hot, but you can still ride a horse pretty much anywhere you want to go. PropStream, you could do wholesale without PropStream or a tool like that, but it makes it a lot easier. It's not going to do deals for you, but it just makes it a lot easier.
All right. This person is on Instagram. They ask, still on the hunt for a good VA. Any suggestions?
What do you mean? Text the word scale, set the appointment, and the guys go over with the services and keep the appointment.
All right. Do you advise buying property from an auction?
Do I advise buying property? Yeah, as long as you know what you're doing. If that's your end game, you have to have the bread to buy. If you're actually talking about buying it for your own personal investing or whatever the reason is, then yeah. But for wholesaling, it's gonna be very difficult to do it that way. Almost impossible, unless you got a certain type of buyer. But you know, those are going to be few in between. You got a very lazy buyer that just hands you over some money. So.
All right, this person's on TikTok is getting aggravated, I guess, because they said, "How do you start, as you say, as low as $100?"
Gonna show you in a minute.
They tired of waiting. They said,
Oh,
"Can you answer the question?"
Well, yeah, hey, this is your first time. Y'all know how we gets down. Tease. Hey, then, you know.
All right. This
All yours, man.
Where's the answer? That's what they say.
patience. This one says, may you explain how I would wholesale with another using your purchase and sales agreement, and would 5 to 10% be a good starting point for them bringing me a buyer, or 5 to 10K?
Who are they referring to? I'm missing something in that unless I ain't hear it right. Hey, the app about to kick on.
It's hot as hell in here.
It's about to get 83 degrees.
You hiking?
No, I just feel, I was like, it's getting very much outside right now.
Yeah, he's making a statement.
We're gonna need fans. I'm gonna get us some all fans.
We got some. Those.
We ain't got but one.
Yeah, you gonna still be able to hear it.
No, just look. You know, we ain't got it on high.
You don't want to need a fan for you and Jessica.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get one for me and Jessica. One more.
Yeah, let y'all hot ass
Yeah, y'all cold all day. Boy, they are hot. You're right.
You don't drink cold water, but it's some cold water back there.
I drink it now.
Okay, you want to get you?
Yeah, you kidding.
You say you like temperature.
Huh?
Don't worry about
it. It get hot in here fast when we be doing this.
Yeah. Some lights they actually matter.
All right. This one says, hey everybody, I've been watching you all for about 2 months. I bought the ultimate wholesale package, the flip by phone system, batch leads, and now Privy. She said, I am so nervous when it comes to locating houses, and I think I just need a little help. I've tried booking a session with you, but you never have anything available, child. They fill up quick. She said, when will you be opening more dates so I can be on the lookout?
All right. Yeah, so I'm not sure when else in a team handles that, you know, to keep me from having to do that kind of stuff or whatever. I just have to show up and sing like Sugar Avery. But not in the dress. If you're gonna, now you sounds like you got a couple of tools, we'll appreciate it. I'm just going to give you the methods to do it. We're going to offer as much support. Don't be afraid. When I go through the can you wholesale houses with $100, I'm gonna be a part of that with you if you want. You know, you don't have to, but I'm gonna give you the game. Some of y'all already watched the video from Saturday. That's the answer or whatever. You know, I ain't telling you to leave, but I'm gonna go into a little bit more detail on how we can partner up with that option. But I guess a lot of y'all weren't here. I guess we got a Saturday crew. And we got this crew, so good.
You assuming everybody watch it every day?
Huh?
You assume everybody watch it every day?
I think it'd be like the same people for the most part. You don't think so?
It might be different on different days.
Yeah, I can. You're right.
This is on TikTok. How do you find the buyer to complete?
You might need one lead just to do cool, y'all. Go ahead.
How do you find the buyer to complete the deal?
How do you find a buyer to complete the deal? Mm-hmm. Assuming you don't have a buyer's list, I guess that's what they mean. So you're going to market your deal. You're going to let people know it exists. Once you have a great deal on the contract, not just a property on the contract for sale, but it needs to be a great deal, right? So assuming you have that, then it's time to let people know it exists. Some of the places where other wholesalers and investors / cash buyers hang out is in Facebook groups. You can market it on Facebook Marketplace. Craigslist still works. Google is a very powerful tool. I don't know if you heard about it, but you go there and just do sell my house fast in the name of the city. Those first 2 or 3 pages of results are normally going to be real players in your market, and some of them may be national, but they're doing business in that market. Real estate agents can be leveraged to find deals. Find buyers. So text the word buyers, and this video will explain that exact process. So there you go.
All right. Let's see. This one says, "How hands-on is the training for the Privy software?"
They have a lot of good videos and training on the on that tool. We'll probably start to do like we do with PropStream and offer in-house training if you sign up through us. So, but their help center or their learning center is very, very, very good.
Okay. How do and what do I need to form an LLC for wholesaling?
What do you need? You know what? I'm gonna have an option for that. It should be later on this week, so I'm gonna hold off on that answer right now. I'm gonna have an option for that also.
Mm-hmm. All right, this one says, "I have enlisted a buyer agent for some properties on Zillow. In the exclusive buyer agent contract, it states there's an additional broker commission. Is that normal?"
Additional broker commission. I don't think that had anything to do with you, does it? What state is this? What market is this in? For you, what difference does it make to you? Unless I'm not understanding the question.
Mm. All right, this one says, "Hey, Flip Man, when filling out the agreement, should I use my name as the member or the LLC name?"
If you have an LLC for your business, you want to fill it out in the LLC and you sign off on it.
All right, let's see. This one came. Okay, this is the same person who was asking about the broker commission. She said, "I also contacted a tired landlord that seemed interested in my offer for one of their properties and looking for me to send them an offer in the mail, offer in an email. Should I send a contract?"
All right. No, just he wants it in the mail, or
An email.
He wants to send the offer in the email.
Mm-hmm.
No, just send them over. Hey, I'm interested. I'll pay this. We normally pay this amount between 100 and 110, whatever your number is. Give them a range, with the bottom, the top being your bottom in reality. Your bottom, what you really want to pay is 100. So you tell them between 80 to 100, 90 to 100. Give them no multiple choice.
Let's see.
Not that he got to choose that, but he might say none of the above.
Mm-hmm.
and we ain't close. None of the above / we ain't close. Or you can say we're close, but none of the above.
This one says, "I have a bunch of houses that's abandoned on my block. Should I put my sign on this road?"
He said a bunch of abandoned houses.
Mm-hmm.
I normally don't like to, sometimes you can't help it where you put signs or whatever, where you're going to get calls from. But I probably wouldn't put them on the street like that. When you say a bunch of abandoned houses, then your buyer's going to see the same thing. Now, you come in there somebody with some vision, but that ain't the game you're in. You know what I'm saying? You want the stuff that's obvious. 1 or 2 vacant houses on the street.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm not telling you not to do it. It's not going to. It's $2 sign, $3 sign. Just put it on there. You never know. You just go ahead and put the sign there, because what may happen, you may have a landlord going in there to check on his property on that same street. Say, he may call you about selling it there, but he may have some others in some other areas too. So.
All right, this one came from Sandra on YouTube. She said, "What is the most efficient and effective way to get started, DealAtor versus Privy? What are the pros and cons? I like both of them."
I like both of them too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be real with you. Privy is good for what I'm about to talk about, especially for people with a low budget and maybe some people don't even have vehicles. I'm finding that out is a very common thing. And plus gas is high. So you'll spend $100 driving for dollars. No question about it. I don't care what you're driving. If you're doing enough of it, you're going to spend $100. So you can spend $100 with privilege. They don't know what some people might not know what I'm talking about, but I'll get into it. Spend $100, then you can target the entire country, right? And so, but it's just for that. I ain't gonna say it's just for that. It's best for that as far as targeting properties that are listed and pretty much helping you do the numbers on it to see if there's an opportunity there that I would love to partner with you on. Whereas PropStream does everything else better, in my opinion, right? So, not saying that you got to have both. If you had to choose one over the other, right now, just depend on your situation or whatever. So, some people may not want to go that route. So, if you want to target listed properties with agents, then there's nothing to think about. It's pretty, and that gets pretty much anybody in the game. I think we did. Did you post that, Jessica, on the TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have $100? Can you borrow $100? If so, hey, you can get in the game.
All right, this is on Instagram and TikTok. Would you try to wholesale a $500,000 house in a high flood zone?
Well, it may be relative.
Flood damage.
Well, it may be relative though. If you're in Miami, everything's in a flood zone. Or you're in Jacksonville, everything's in a flood zone. So it's relative to the market. Now, if the flood zones are not, if you're in Houston, a lot of Houston is in flood zones. You know what I'm saying? So it's, a lot of Houston is in flood zones. So, um, so those are coastal cities or near some water. And so it's relative, depending on where it is.
All right, this is on TikTok. Flip, do you have an affiliate program?
I got several. I'm going to show you one here in a minute. Oh, they mean for like the coaching and stuff. We know what we should, and I'm gonna ask the guys about it. We don't have that. I don't think.
All right. This one says, how much do you think rehab might cost on a 2,500 square feet house that is 75% gutted to studs, but new siding, new roof, and most other stuff on the outside is done?
Okay, so what was the ARV on it?
They didn't give one. They just said, how much do you think rehab might cost on a 2,500 square foot house?
Ooh, well, technically it's not livable, but they have done some of the work according to what they said.
Pretty much the outside is done.
Yeah, the outside is
inside.
done. So 2,500 square feet with times $40 is 100,000. So they probably got another 50 to maybe 60,000 in repairs to be done. So you can probably do your numbers from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
All right. Is Bash Driven part of your service or a separate company?
I'm a reseller of them also. I'm an affiliate or partner with Bats Leads, Bats Driven, Batch Dialer, everything Batch.
All right. Someone said they had been having trouble getting the phone numbers. They're all the same number, just different keywords. So just text the keywords that you need, and then it's going to be to the same number, 205-964-5243.
Yep.
This one says, would you try to wholesale a 500K house in a high flood zone? She just asked that. Okay.
They smart, man.
Yeah. Let's see. If you don't have the down payment, how do you get the buyer to put up the earnest money deposit?
If you don't have the down payment, I guess you mean the earnest money deposit. How do you get the buyer to put up the earnest money deposit? I guess it can be done, just depending on the title company, who you're dealing with, what buyer you're dealing with, and the seller. Ideally, it's a little tricky to do it that way or whatever. What you have to understand, I guess can't go. A lot of times you don't go beyond who you know or whatever. But yeah, I'm always looking for opportunity. If it's a deal, well, if I determine that it's a deal, I'll put up earnest money, just depending on how much it is and based on the deal itself. So you can always reach out to individuals like myself that's actually got out here doing it or trying or whatever, and they'll be glad to participate in it. You're gonna probably have to give. I know with me, you're gonna have to give up 50% of the deal. But what's half of zero?
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't know, it's zero.
It's a good question. This one says, does an off-market industrial building need to be around big box companies, or is it okay to be surrounded by other industrial buildings like an industrial park?
No, that's that's big. That's a big deal right now. Industrial buildings, warehousing, storage. There's it's so much. What we call it? Online delivery, Amazons of the world, and all these outfits that need to be able to store. Not saying Amazon will be your customer or buyer, but well, maybe they need places to store their products, right? Until we order stuff. So yeah, it could be an opportunity. Just depend. At the end of the day, it's all about pricing. Normally, something like that, I forget what the numbers are, what it costs to build something like that. You try to get it cheaper than that. Because a lot of times, if they can build it for less, along with the purchase of some land, they don't even consider it.
All right. This one says, what's your specific reason for targeting free and clear properties?
We're on an equity chase, right? And free and clear normally means there's 100% equity there or close to it. If you don't know what equity means, it's basically what we determine the value to be in our situation minus what they owe. So if ARV, meaning what will the house appraised for in excellent condition after repair value, if it's worth 300,000 and they owe 280 from an example before, there's only $20,000 equity there. There's no money there. But if it's worth 300,000 fixed up ARV after repair value, and they don't owe anything, there's $300,000 of equity there that can possibly be negotiated. If they owe 280, there's nothing to negotiate. If they owe 220, there's very little to negotiate. Now if they owe 80, then you still got $220,000 that can be negotiated. So that's why it's important. Not that it has to be free and clear. It just makes it easier and you eliminate potential loans that could blow up a deal. Now you can set parameters or filters to say, hey, I want at least 50% equity. And depending on the price of the house, on a $60,000 house, 50% equity is $30,000. But on a $500,000 house, 50% equity would be $250,000. So it'll depend. Hopefully I answered that.
You want to go ahead and do the topic?
Yeah. So what we just you start dumping over there. All right, guys. So boom, we have a new. We all about information here, cards, keywords, data. On Saturday, one of the owners of this new tool that I was introduced to by my good friend Jamil Demji, Privy, and made that happen in a week. And so one of the owners, his name is Benson, did a demo of how to use this tool. If you want to see that video from Saturday, text MLS. And the reason I'm using MLS as the code is because one of the main features with Privy is being able to locate opportunities that are listed by real estate agents through the MLS system. They're in 60 markets, other major markets right now, where they have direct access to MLS. But where a lot of services have access to MLS or even third party or whatever, but they built their site where it makes it easy for you to identify potential deals that are already listed on the MLS, but they just haven't been snatched down yet, or an offer been made on them to take the property down and go into a pending status. So how can that help you now? The service is $97 a month, $100. That's why I say, can you wholesale a house with $100? Saturday's topic was start wholesaling houses with $100. Okay, most people can come up with that in some form or fashion, right? If you have it, you can probably borrow from one person, 5 people give you 20, 10 give you $10, whatever you got to do. Tell them you give their money back double or whatever. All right, she said, well, I don't know what to do. Okay, if you watch that video, he gives a really good demo on it. So also, as I said before, their learning center or help center also is very, very good training. How you can work with me. Number one, if you text MLS, you follow the instructions in this video. It's going to give you you can see the demonstration. We had a Q&A, and also you'll see there how you can access it and also take advantage of some of the bonuses that were offered because you are watching it. Now, how's it? Where do I come into play with it? Is that all right? So dealing with a real estate agent, you're gonna need earnest money deposit. Check. I'll help you with that. What am I trying to say? Proof of funds. You're gonna need that when dealing with a real estate agent. Check. You don't need to know what to say when dealing with an agent. Now, at some point, you'll get where you don't need me, and some of y'all don't need me anyway. You just need to know that that opportunity exists. Fine. Boom. But those that don't, and you're trying to get in this game immediately, what that does for me is we can only do so much searching here in our office. But if I have 10 of you all out there searching, right, looking for deals, there's an opportunity for us to all partner and make money. You all leverage my knowledge, the resources that I have to get in the game for only $100. So text MLS to the number, right? Watch that video. It's probably best watched on a laptop or at least a tablet because you need a bigger screen to see some of the things he's doing there. But you can use the service on your smartphone, tablet, and obviously a laptop or a desktop. All right, so text MLS to the number, watch that video, follow the instructions there, and let's leverage that $100 into a couple of more zeros.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna keep going, I guess.
Yes, ma'am. I know we ain't doing a live round, but we've been answering them fast, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all got me trained like Fido. Let's get it. Like Old Yeller. Y'all watch that before?
Mm-hmm. And I read the book.
Old Yeller. Oh my God! Why they made you read the book? Old Yeller. Y'all had to read it. You know what it is, Austin? Oh, Yeller. Okay.
About the dog.
Yeller.
About the dog. It's about a dog.
It's about a dog and it's a little boy. And they used to show us movies in the auditorium. And Old Yeller was.
What you supposed to get from that movie? I mean, from that book.
The loyalty. Old Yeller died. I can't think of the little boy's name, but died for him. Anybody know the little boy's name, but died for him? Loyalty. That's what you get from it. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You jacked up, right? Loyal to the wrong thing. Yeller laying up in there. Was it a bear, a wolf, or what was it? What was it? They killed him.
A wolf? That was so long ago.
Was it? Anyone out there old enough to know what killed Old Yeller? Was it a tiger?
I don't remember.
No, we good. We got our win. No deviations.
All right. Let's see. Have you ever used subject to agreements to acquire properties?
Somebody said we make it fun. Say, they were dying about Kelly's statement last week. Say they like watching because we make it fun. It ain't just all business. Now, some people want us to stick to the script now. Or whatever. We try to, do 98 script, 2%.
Yeah.
Tyrone's mind.
It can be boring if you're just doing that.
Yeah.
Have you ever used subject to agreements to acquire properties?
Have I ever used subject to agreements to acquire properties? I don't think I've done a couple of subject twos over my time frame. Really not my lane.
Go ahead.
Yeah, really not my lane. You can look up on Instagram, Pace Morby, he specializes in that.
All right, 2 people said it was a wolf.
It was a wolf? I don't remember. So it was a wolf? Either. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right, though. I said it was a bear. Yeah, it was a wolf.
All right, this says, what makes, yeah, we already talked about that. How do you wholesale being partnered with the real estate agent?
Well, you're not going to be partnered with them, per se. I guess you could partner with an agent because that's what I said I would do if I was in Illinois, Kansas, or Oklahoma. But if you're referring to the title of this video, which is "Can you wholesale real estate with $100?" It is involving real estate agents, right? But it's more promoting a tool to allow you to find deals, right? You can I even say this, you can set up Privy, the tool that I'm referring to, where it'll send you emails every hour based on the parameters of the deals that you're looking for, based on the percentage of ARV. It'll actually send you alerts to your email every hour. So real estate agents are going to be involved because in a particular market that you're targeting, you can go about it one or two ways or both. You can deal directly with the listing agent and give them an opportunity to make maximum commissions, or you can have your own agent doing some of the legwork for you on potential properties that you're making offers on and pursuing. So.
Okay. Somebody said, "Oh, Yella got to fighting with a wolf and he got rabies."
Yes, sure did. But he was cut up pretty good too now.
Oh,
they put him down. They put Yella down, didn't they? They killed him? His daddy? Or the little boy did?
Now the people gave you an explanation. I don't know.
No, I want to know. I forget. So how did they kill him, or did he die? Did they put him down or what? Yeah, he got rabies though, I believe. Yeah, word.
That's like never mind. What? Okay. This one says, where do you get the contracts from? Text contract to 205-964-5243.
Yeah.
That's how you get that. Watch the video. He shows you how to fill it out, where to get it, all that jazz. Let's see. What do I need to text? This one says, what do I need to text to find out what you use for mailing out postcards to generate leads?
Text mail, MAIL.
If you're watching on YouTube, it's on your screen right now.
Yeah, text mail. Text the word mail. And let's
see. This one says, are people getting a lot of leads from bandit signs?
They work. Yes, ma'am. They work. Nicole. Yes, ma'am.
Not Lil. This one says, what is the difference between a broker and an agent? Thanks. That's one of them Kelly questions.
I was trying to say something, but don't take this the wrong way. Don't take this the wrong way.
Don't say it.
No, I ain't gonna say it then.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say it, but it's basically the difference between a broker and an agent as far as that dynamic is. I'm trying to get a better example. That's what I was going to say. Let me see.
You guys will go say it now.
It's basically like, I'm trying to say it in a better way.
The club owner and the dancer.
Let me see. They know who Dom. You know
somebody
Dom.
already said it on here.
Hey, do you know who Dom Magic One is? Used to be with Snoop Dogg all the time.
Yeah.
He was a pimp. So a pimp has what? Okay, so there you go. That's basically it.
They already said it.
But not that extreme, because a lot of times the only thing the agent is getting in that scenario is food and somewhere to stay.
They said the broker is the agent's pimp.
Yeah, it's basically the boss and he's the employee.
Yeah. It's basically the boss and the employee. See, the broker takes on all of the they pay for the office space. Mm-hmm. They doing the branding of the brokerage a lot of times. So they are taking on a lot of expenses or whatever, and the agents just only have to just show up, and they may pay for MLS and own whatever their own marketing is or whatever. But they provide. It used to be more important when the internet didn't exist. Technically, office space to an agent now is irrelevant, right? Because of the internet. Whereas years ago, before the internet, a broker providing that office space was huge for an agent because they could have a fax machine there. Even that's been around a long time. A place where customers could actually come and see them to see their legitimate blah blah blah. Well, that doesn't even matter now. You know what I'm saying with the internet. But that's the difference.
All right, this one came from Instagram. This is from Juice Films 318. They said, how many phone calls do you think you have to make to get a lead?
And that is so difficult to say, man, because some people are so much better than others on the phone. I no way for me to answer that. Generally speaking, let me just put it this way. You normally have to speak to 20 to 25 to 30 people that actually want to sell to get to a deal, no matter what the lead source is. That's general. Some people can do better numbers than that. Some people a little worse, but that's a general number that from all the people I know in the business. So.
All right, let's see. Everybody answering all your old yellow questions. Yeah, they said that the boy had to shoot him because he got rabies.
Well, what was the boy's name?
Every time I answer a question, you come back with another one. Watch the movie.
I bet it's terrible. You know, I bet it's just, you know, the film quality is probably just terrible.
Yeah, it's like watching Sounder.
It was terrible back then. You know what I'm saying? It was terrible then. Maybe because we was always watching it on a projector in the Miri auditorium.
Miri. All right. Let's see. This one says, how do I sign up for Privy with Flipman?
Boom, there you go. So text the word, just text. If you want to just go ahead and sign up for the tool because you've already seen the video, all you have to do is text 100 for $100. Text 100 to the number, and that'll send you the link to sign up. And the code, the promo code, so you can get some of the free bonuses that are going to be offered, some of the free training courses that Benson is going to offer. Put in Flipman, but all one word.
All right. This one says, how soon can I follow up with the seller if I'm waiting on them to sign?
If you send it, depending on what time of day you send it. If you sent it this morning, you want to follow up with them this afternoon. Oh, I just want to make sure you receive that contract. What's your problem? But no, just say I want to make sure you received it. If you got any questions or anything, just let me know through email, text, or phone call.
All right, let's see. What you're talking about? This one says, I have access to a lot of vacant properties in my community back home. I'm looking for partners to JV with. I have, so I guess y'all JV with them. Sorry, I should have read that.
Oh, you're talking to somebody.
Yeah.
You're talking to the audience. Yeah.
Let's see. This one says, what is the interest percent on Dealator?
What that's referencing is you're going backwards on the deal. You're hustling backwards, meaning you have to have an idea what the investor can make on the deal. So that's basically a 30% discount factored in the investor's profit and holding costs. That's what that means.
This one came from TikTok. They said, is $300K too much to wholesale a home?
No, if it's worth 600. No.
They need to text GD to the number so they can understand.
Yeah,
what
you
the
need
deal
to check.
is.
There you go, Jessica. Jessica, amazing.
Let's see.
I ain't even ready. Yeah, just TikTok. Just check GD to the number, and that video will break it down for you.
Do you have a formula for offers on land?
First, if you can determine the value, we try to make offers really cheap in a lot of cases. It depends on how much it is too. Let me back up on that. Definitely between 25 to probably 60%. Right. Once we determine what we think a value is, but we're going to probably be closer to 30 to 40% in reality. But the range is probably 25 to 60.
They getting on to you on YouTube. That every time you ask a question about Old Yeller, they said Google it.
Hey, there you go. Hey, I won't ask no more questions. Hey, y'all got me.
But they did answer your question. They said
y'all my Google. How about that?
They said Travis.
I thought y'all knew everything.
Nah, that's why they here trying to learn.
No, but yeah, it is. But Old Yeller they know about. I don't know.
They said Travis Coates shoots Old Yeller because the dog's been bitten by a rabies.
Oh, that's what his name. So his name surely was.
Don't ask nothing else.
I'm through. I'm through.
Watch it.
He had Old Yeller before when he was a puppy. I think didn't it start out when he was a puppy? Just I'm asking you.
I think so. You know how long that was? I read that. That's so long ago.
Ain't that old, man.
I forgot. I like this comment. It says Jess needs a raise. Glory to God.
Why you put that on the screen?
Yeah.
Glory to God. That's how you hold people accountable for the world to see. Put it right on up. Right. Let's see. How many bank accounts would you say is good to have for your business? That's a good question.
One starting out.
Right.
One is
no
good.
funny
You'll grow
business
into
going
more.
on.
Yeah, one is good starting out. Just get one. One just to get wires and cash checks and transactions. You're good.
Let's see. This one came from TikTok. They said, "Is there any money to be made if I get a house under contract for $280K and the house is worth $330K?"
No, that is a wholesale deal. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she finna start thumping over here.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess we're gonna close out, y'all.
Yeah, next door about to start thumping, and we don't want any copyright infringements. So if you didn't get your question answered, post them in the comment section of any video, and we'll get that answer for you. I answer those on a daily basis. Again, you can't wholesale houses with $100, and you can partner with me. Text MLS to the number. Bone, watch that video, and you will be impressed. I will be shocked if you're not. Opportunity exists. No excuses, guys. It's all here. Let's get it. And we'll see you on the FLIPSIDE.
Bye.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know 205-964.